Okay, first of all, congratulations to everybody. You're gonna have like a great year. Like, I hope you're enthusiastic about it. And I mean, a lot of people say the LLM is one of the best years of your life. And I mean, I don't, I can talk maybe by myself. I don't know if Laura or Shui believe that, but I really think it's one of, for me, it was one of the best years. So, I mean, I'm kind of jealous in a nice way of you. So, we just wanted to put this together for you, like to have like general tips about Georgetown, like what to expect, where to live in apartments, university life, work and networking events, and more. Um, well, I'll introduce you to Laura Salviano. She's from Brazil. She's from Brasília. She's in the tax LLM, and well, like we studied together. And also Shoaib Chakrawarty. Sorry, Shoaib, I always like butcher your last name, but I did my best. He's in Salsa.
That's all that matters, Pepe.
He's in Salsa, which is South Asia Law Students Association. He did the general LLM. And I'm Pepe from Mixed Law. I did the tax LLM. And well, we're gonna just like start the presentation right now. So get ready. And we'll share as well the slides. And I think they're gonna post this video on Georgetown website, so you can see it later. Also, the questions, we will try to address them at the end because many of them could be resolved during the slides. So I mean, if we could not resolve them, then we can do it afterwards. So let's get started. I'll give you the microphone to Shoaib.
Thanks, Pepe. And before I go forward, it would be nice if people could go ahead and turn their cameras on so it becomes more interactive. And as Pepe said, that we will be addressing all the questions towards the end, but in case we miss out something and you want to go ahead and ask, just write it in the chats. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to address them throughout, so no sweat on that. As Pepe said, congratulations, and I hope you have a great year. This has been a great year for me as well. You learn a lot of new things. And so before you begin, I think these general tips will help you get a hang of it, because at least for me as a first generation lawyer and coming to a new country, adjusting was a bit difficult. So if I knew this before, it would have been better. But eventually I did know, because once you arrive on campus, people tell you about it. So first things first, with Georgetown University, you get a lot of perks. One of these is accessing the city of DC. And I think one of the finest ways, apart from walking, is to go through Capital Bike Share. It's a bike sharing program which goes ahead and it's public bike share program. There are public bikes all across the city. You download the app, you use your Georgetown ID, and for 1 year you get to ride unlimited rides for $25 up till 45 minutes. It's quite a cool program. I highly recommend for you to go ahead and get it. It saves a lot of time. Second, banks. Georgetown is partnered with PNC Bank. So when you go ahead and come, there's going to be a stall of PNC Bank during your inauguration week. But if that is too late for you, you can go ahead and approach any of the banks that you prefer, PNC, Buffer, Chase. With PNC, the one benefit is, since it's a Georgetown bank, you can get that fancy Georgetown debit card with the background on it, which is quite cool. A lot of people have it. Buffer and Chase are quite good if you also want to go ahead and get a credit card. And they also help because there are some inaugural offers where they give you an $800 or $1,000 signing bonus if you sign up with their credit cards. I know a lot of my friends who went ahead and used it, and yeah, it helps. Like, free money is always nice. Third, with internet. So in the apartment I stay, the internet was already included in the rent, so I didn't have to search through. But I've been told each apartment, as it's written, has its own internet. But Starry and Xfinity are quite good internets, because sometimes if you have something important, an interview, uh, the apartment internet may not be as reliable because a lot of people share it, so the burden gets too high. I would recommend you to then do your job interviews if it's online or coffee chats at the campus where the Wi-Fi is far more reliable and trustable. In terms of cell phone, many people went through Mint because it's quite cheap. If you buy for 1 year, it's $15 a month, and it's quite good. But ever since then, Mint has changed. It got acquired by T-Mobile, and services have differed, so people are not as happy. So you can explore Verizon, AT&T. The cost would largely be the same depending on your budget. But all in all, you'll be spending at least $150 to $200 for your net connectivity. What I do highly recommend that before you land, uh, try to get your subscription, because if you're getting a physical SIM, it will take at least 5 to 7 days to get delivered to your house. And if it's an electronic SIM, you can immediately go ahead and activate it the moment you land. You will need that in order to access services or in order to access some form of Uber, because when you land at the airport, your international card may not work or your international network may not work in order to hail a cab. And if you don't take an Uber or any other app, the cab ride from, if you're landing at Dallas or Baltimore, will be far more expensive because you'll have to take a city cab, which are far more costly than the cab riding apps. Flights, so DC has two airports around, actually three. Baltimore Airport, which is the farthest. The way to go there is recommended through the Amtrak trains, because if you book it in time, it's just $10. If you're taking a cab, it could be anywhere between 50 to $150. So try not to prefer Baltimore Airport. The best is Reagan Airport. It's right in the middle of the city, but it's not an international airport. It's a domestic airport. So it's most likely that all of you will be landing at the Dulles Airport. If you're landing at Dulles Airport, there's no problems because the metro runs from there. And I would recommend, if you don't have too much luggage, take the metro. But if you have too much luggage, take an Uber. I think it will be fine. Yeah, in terms of, yeah, buy speakers, because as Pepe can attest, you will be partying a lot and you're going to lose a lot of speakers and they might go bad eventually. Bring medicines. I know a lot of people who have certain conditions, and uh, two things. A, medicine can be really expensive here, but B, you need uh, certain forms of prescription. Say, pharmacies may not accept international prescription for your medicines. So you might have to come here, find a new doctor who's going to go ahead and give you a new prescription, and that might take a long time. So until you figure out your local prescription needs, it would be recommended that you bring a bunch of your own medicines. I would recommend that. I use my medicines throughout the year, and thankfully I didn't have to get refills. Uh, Clothing for classes, I think no one cares. Dress as you feel good. Dress for the occasion. What I've seen people in gym clothes all day. I've seen people in suits all day. Really, just about what occasion you're preparing for, and as long as you're doing that, no one cares. Just be hygienic, I guess. Uh, so next is a tradition that was started last year, which everyone is quite proud about if you ask anyone from the 2024 batch. It's called Hungry Hoyas. So campus life goes ahead and can get really hectic, but Georgetown has a lot of events to offer. It's and even though it's a small law campus, while the main campus is too big, but the law campus is quite small. But sometimes you don't realize things happening because it just gets a lot. So Hungry Hoyas was a student-led initiative to, as the name suggests, if people are hungry and if people saw some food at an event, they just used to take a picture and send it there and be like, "Hey, the food is there," and the Hungry Hoyas used to go there. I think it made sure that no one went hungry this year because a lot of people went ahead and relied on Hungry Hoyas. A lot of people, and me too personally, kept a free, an empty container of Tupperware inside the my locker. You will be assigned your lockers. I would recommend getting two lockers, one in the fitness building for your gym needs and one in the uh, education building for your book needs and classes needs. So I had a Tupperware just in case if I felt like not cooking dinner and taking extra food, because it's quite accepted, because often societies order a lot of food and there's a lot of leftovers. So instead of wasting food, it's better if you go ahead and save food and feed yourself in the process. So there was a Hungry Hoya group last year. I would recommend you make your own because it's really like a place of a lot of banter and sharing food. Hoya Transit Program, it was started also last year. Georgetown gives you $100 in Amtrak credit. Not sorry, Amtrak, Metro and bus credit. Uh, Whenever you see that email, please apply immediately. Yeah, the program runs out very quickly. I think it's for 4,000 people, but it's across the Georgetown University. So it's not just the law students, but you're competing with everyone. And you would regret not getting these free $100 for your transit needs. So yeah, I don't think I've missed anything, but yeah, if you have any questions, just send them on the chat or we'll address it later. So, okay, next one is also me. Okay, where to live? This could get really tricky. The easiest for you would be Gerwitz, which is the student building of the Georgetown. Except it's it's quite basic, while the rents are quite competitive. So the rent that amount that you pay, it's you can get a better furnished apartment around. By furnished, I mean with like basic necessities. More almost no apartment in United States come furnished, and that is a big cultural shock because you have to move in everything, and while you have to move in everything, you also have to move out everything, and that gets really really hectic, especially at the end of the year when you end up buying a lot of things that you never knew, or when you end up taking a lot of things that you never knew. Um, these are the buildings that are recommended because, oh, though, even though Gerwitz is quite rudimentary, it's really convenient because it's right on the campus. It's right inside next to the fitness gym building. So a lot of people prefer that for that convenience. So if you're someone who won't make to the 9 a.m. class on time and sleeps till 8:58 a.m., I would recommend Gerwitz instead of other buildings. Other buildings, Mascot is the most sought after building. It's Pepe lives there. I think he can jump in. It has the best rooftop. It's really good for recreational activities with your friends. It's not too far, but it's equally distant. And I think one of the reasons why people prefer it because it's right above a pizza joint. So it gets very convenient when you're tired in order to go ahead and buy food and near markets. Others are Cantata, Alta, 77H. But one thing that you should remember, Georgetown's public policy and a few other campuses shifted from main university to the capital campus that is right next to our building, which means that there are going to be more students. And because there are going to be more students, there are going to be more demand for these apartments. And even though Georgetown has now bought the building 77H, there's still going to be a lot more students. So I think the rent prices are going to increase. So if you don't find an apartment that is within your budget in these buildings, it's not the end of the world. I know people who prefer uh, uh, surroundings like Noma, which is like 15 minutes walk and 7 minutes bike ride, and pretty much everywhere in DC. And people don't stop in DC. I know a lot of people who live in Maryland and Virginia, which is quite accessible because it's 15 to 20 minutes by metro, and the nearest metro station is like a 7, 8 minutes walk. So, all in all, even if you live farther to save some rent, you can get a monthly pass at the metro for like $60 to $100 and you will still save a lot of money. So I know how budgets change. So you shouldn't be constrained to go ahead and just look at these buildings if they don't fit your budget. You can look at other buildings. And one thing that really I understood later is that in DC, every building has its own websites. So one way that I went around finding apartment was open the Google map, go through, check out each building's name, and then Google them, and then you'll find a lot of deals there. And one thing that you should remember, if you sign a longer lease, it means that you're going to get a greater discount. But also remember that your Georgetown session will end in May. And unless you're taking the bar exam, you won't be able to get out of your lease. That is, you cannot terminate your lease because DC laws have very few measures through which you can go ahead and terminate lease. So once you sign it, even if you vacate the apartment, you will be liable to pay your rent until the end of the lease term, which sucks, but it's how it is. And other places are DuPont and 14th Street. One thing I would recommend, I think there's a link attached to that where to live. It's the Georgetown law page it's a spreadsheet where basically a lot of people have posted if they're looking for roommates. So one good way that I would recommend is to get roommates because a single bedroom apartment is highly desirable in DC. It's unlikely you're going to find a one bedroom apartment for less than $1,800, which gets a lot. So do get roommates. Roommates make sure that your rent cuts down drastically and it's fun. And otherwise, it could get lonely. So yeah, I would recommend getting that. And these are the locations we recommend to you. But it's not the end of the world. Depending on your budget, you can always find something that suits your needs. Pepe, over to you.
Perfect. Here, some of the apartment tips is like, first of all, I strongly suggest that you look at them physically, because many times you really do not have a clear picture of where you're going to live, if it's like really close by, how you can transport yourself. So I find like I was quote unquote lucky to find Mascot, but I had friends that moved to some places around, and it was not that safe, and they were like uh, forced to stay there for a big while. So I mean, they changed their apartment during the year, and it was a little bit hectic to them. So if you could like, I don't know, if you could book a hotel for a while and find your apartment, or if you could rent one from the current students that have like there are like with this 12-month contract, and find your own one. I strongly suggest it, because if not, if you book before seeing it, you might find yourself like in a really bad situation where you cannot terminate your contract, and it's just much better to be here. That's like my suggestion. uh, Take a tour at the apartments. Like here at Mascot, where I live, there's a construction site, and they start working at 7 a.m. So I woke up really early every day. So depending on where you rent, that sound doesn't happen. But I mean, it's something that I regret that I did not take the time to ask if there was noises or constructions. Also, let's say Cantata, which is a new apartment, they have like this policy of 3 months. So ask if you can have like 3 months, and that could be something that might be better. Like right now, I'm moving to Cantata, and I'll get 2 free months. That so I'll not pay the first 2 months. So that's like something really nice. And for furniture, you can either lease it, and there's a link on these slides at the end where you can lease it, or you can buy them, and you can either buy new or used. To be honest, if you buy new stuff, it's gonna be very expensive compared if you buy it used. And I mean, you just have to consider what do you prefer. Like if you like want an okay desk, a used one works perfect. And if you buy a new one, then you will sell it eventually. So it's just like things that you have to consider. And what I've seen is that there's two moments where people are buying or selling their stuff. Either right now, where people just left because the program ended on May 20, or when they finish the bar, which is at the end of June. So, I mean, just take that into consideration. If you're gonna buy them and you're not gonna see them, maybe make sure that they're in a good condition. Like tell the person like, hey, just please be sure that they're in a good condition and negotiate or pay half and half. I don't know. Like there's no rules to this. Just be aware of it. If you're gonna pick them up or there's a lot of stuff, you're gonna use a U-Haul, which is like you rent trucks to move stuff, and you might need people, so that will be like an additional thing to take into consideration. And there's like this web page that is TaxRabbit that can help you to move or to build stuff. So I mean that's just like the basics that I find out that was important. I don't know, Ray or Laura, if there's like something else that you think it might be important in this. Okay.
I think you covered everything. One thing I would just add is what I did was I subleased for the period I wasn't here. That made sure that I could see the apartment, and then I renewed the lease. What that saved me, which other people weren't as lucky, I got a fully furnished apartment. So everything that was there, I just got like for $1,800. So beds, sofas, cutleries, which I think was a great deal. So if possible, go for something that is already furnished because the conditions won't be that bad. And trust me, you will save a lot of time moving things, etc. Because it's not only expensive to buy things, even if you buy it at a 50% discount, it's the labor that is involved. Because if you have a U-Haul, it's unlikely you'll be able to do it alone. And U-Haul adds up, like it's at least $100 a day, even if you go for the smallest truck. So if possible, go for a pre-furnished apartment. If it's not possible, two things that works out really well. Number one, as Pepe said, July, and you will have the sale where a lot of people from Bar would be leaving DC for their jobs, etc. Try to get that. Don't let it go. But if you can't access that, there are these groups called Buy Nothing, and name the locality, whichever, like Noma, Arlington, etc. in DC. And that basically means that people are giving away stuff for free. They don't want to throw it in garbage. So just go collect it. I know people who moved to DC and they furnish their room for $5 because that's all they paid. Because Buy Nothing, they got everything that they wanted. They got a free bed, mattress, etc. And make friends because you will need them in order to move your beds. It's not possible otherwise. Mattresses are really heavy here.
Yeah, I also got my apartment furnished. Like a friend was living here, and then I just sublet his apartment and bought everything, just moved in, and I'm here since then. So it was saved me a lot of time. So moving on to university life, you're going to see that Georgetown has many online resources, and you should definitely take some time to explore them and see what they have to offer. Maybe they come up with something new this year, but what we outlined here are some examples of useful things you can look up for in Georgetown. First thing is SBA, that is the Student Bar Association that has the student representatives. They have an online outline database where you can get, the outlines are the class outlines. Basically, people take notes of the class and they upload it on this website, so you can search it there. You can also have like previous exams from that are uploaded on the library website, and also the professors also upload the best answers. They usually upload the best answers for each exam, so it's useful to take a look at them while you're studying, and also while you study for the exam. As to the books you're going to need, don't worry about it now. You're going to Georgetown has it makes it available. All the list of books are available on the bookstore website also, and also in the when you register for classes in the My Access. That is a portal that basically reunites every information you need about your enrollment in Georgetown. You're going to find the link to the library and the prices of the books, and also if you're not able to buy it like for the full price, because the books are usually very expensive, you can always talk to some students from the previous year if they have like the PDF or they sell you a used version. So and also in the first week of class, every professor makes the readings for the first week available, so you don't have like before, like you decide if you really want to stay in that class, so that, and then you can take a look of, they have a sense of what's going on, so you don't have to buy a book in the first week, and you can check it. As to the class schedules, in the summer experience, the first 3 weeks or 2 weeks, as I recall, it's Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 11:20. The class is amazing. You don't even see the time go by. And then the second part of summer, the class schedule changes a little. Mine last year was professional responsibility, and I had class from Monday to Wednesday. It was like a 3-hour class. It was chill. And then in the fall and spring semesters, the schedules change. I would recommend you not to take any class on Friday, so that you can have time to enjoy the sea and do whatever you have to do, travel. And don't take more than 2 classes a day, otherwise you're going to get very exhausted and you won't have time to prepare for the other classes and study properly. Classes are long, and especially, for example, in my tax program, they were very dense, so it was a lot. Sometimes I took like 1 class a day and took the rest of the day to prepare myself, or like took maximum 2 classes a day. And also watch out for the time of the class, because usually classes at night are not very pleasant. Like I didn't like to take classes at night because I felt it was a little bit dangerous to walk alone after class if it was like too late, for example, after 10. So because I live in Noma, so I didn't want to walk alone, so I didn't take any classes at night. And also, if you take classes, for example, at Thursday night, this is going to prevent you from going to like happy hours or like bar review, or you're going to get very tired. So I wouldn't recommend, unless it's a professor you want to take and you like feel the very need to take this class at Thursday night. So I wouldn't recommend. As to externships is like an internship that you can do while you are in your LLM program. If you're a foreign trained lawyer, you only be able to do it on the spring semester. I did one in a law firm here, and I highly recommend it. Not only for getting a job offer from this place you're externing at, but it was nice because I met a lot of people. They were very, very helpful in understanding my goals and learning how to work in the US. And they also were very, I met a lot of people and they were very open to help me in my studies in Georgetown and introducing me to other people. So I highly recommend it if you have this goal of working in the US, or even if you're not going to work in the US, but you want to have this experience. So I would recommend it. So you have also, if you're planning to take the New York bar or whatever bar in the US, you should check the requirements before leaving your countries and going to DC, because you're going to have to send a lot of physical documents. You're going to say that everything in the US, you have to send a physical copy of everything. It's awful, but you have to check it before so that the documents are timely received by the New York bar or whatever the bar is. And also by Georgetown, whoever has to receive it. So please check the requirements before. I believe that Georgetown has a website that lists all the requirements. It's very clear. So I think they have it there. It's very outlined. And then there's a lot of tools that Georgetown, as a Georgetown student is going to have. You're going to have a premium LinkedIn account. I believe that for 6 months, I don't know, like 3 months, you have like a
3 months.
3 months. Yeah. You're going to have.
Use it wisely.
Yeah, use it wisely. It was good because then you can like send unlimited messages. You can contact a lot of people. So it's good to have it's worth having the subscription, the premium subscription. You're also going to have a Zoom account. You also have access to basically all the big newspapers like New York Times, Washington Post, and also a lot of research tools. Like if, for example, in text, you have text notes, that's super useful, lots of good articles, LexisNexis, Westlaw, like you're gonna have a limited subscription to all these tools. Other useful tools that that you usually have to pay, that it's like and are not included in the Georgetown student membership, is Queenbee. That is basically a website with very good outlines of case law and precedents that we ended up paying. It's like $20 a month, but depending on the class you're taking, it's worth having a subscription because it's going to save you a lot of time reading, like understanding and reading complicated cases. If you're taking like corporations or contracts, it was very useful.
Maybe Laura, on the premium for LinkedIn, I think that something that could be useful is for the tax people. You do tip on which was February, March, January, February, and March. So maybe you could use it in those months, which it's when you are like applying for jobs, etc. I think that was something that was helpful.
Yeah, and I also think it's helpful, for example, by the end of the year, where you're starting to like actually contact a lot of people, and after like you're arriving in the US, you understand what's going on, understand what you want to do, and then you start like shooting messages to people. You're gonna need unlimited messages, so you're gonna need this 3-month trial of LinkedIn Premium. So it was very useful.
Until then, you can email. You will find their emails. If they're professions, you will find their emails.
Let's skip for the.
Yeah, this is like how to get your Zoom account, and there's a lot of resources at the end of the slide, so you can check them later. I think, Laura, this is also.
Okay, so let's take a deep breath now and talk about work and networking. It's gonna be hard, but don't make this all your LLM about it. I know it's a big thing for everyone, almost everyone, but stay calm and everything's gonna work, gonna be fine. So, okay, work and networking. You're gonna see that there is a very good Office of Graduate Careers in Georgetown. They have a lot of people to review your resume, so I recommend you send your resume like in the beginning of the year for the semester, so that they can get it reviewed. It's also important if you're looking for a permanent position in the US to sit for the New York bar, or at least say that you're eligible to sit for the New York bar, because many people ask that. Many employers ask it. So you can also reach for, it's also important to participate in associations like the Max Law, Brasla, Salsa, because it shows that you are eager to integrate in the community, and but you're gonna participate in events, you're gonna have access a networking net. You're gonna meet a lot of people, so it's useful. You can also use personalized consultations, either with the careers office or other people that you know. I would also recommend not relying only on the careers office, because like they do a great job, but eventually you're gonna need something more personal. So I encourage you to reach for the people that work in the places you were aiming for, to understand their work and how to be hired in this type of company or law firm, so you have a more personalized experience. Because the careers office is great, but I think that you should also do your homework and reach for the people. You also have to consider the OPT, that is the optional training period, that is the year that you have. I forgot the acronym, but it's you have a year to work under your student visa in the US. So you have to be attentive to the timelines. Georgetown is going to make like a lot of workshops. They're not going to let you forget about it, but be attentive, like look at your email and participate on the workshops. For the tax program specifically, the interviews start in the fall. So if you're interested in working for Big Four, you should already start applying in the fall, so that you can already, like, there's a possibility of getting a job in the first semester. Many of my friends got it on the first semester. And even if you don't get it, you have the possibility to interview and understand how the process works. So I really recommend applying on the fall. And also in generally, for the other programs, you can schedule mock interviews with the careers office, which are very useful. You can schedule, I don't think there's not a limit for mock interviews, so you can do it whenever you want. You just have to schedule it. Even if you don't have an interview and you just want to practice, you can schedule one. It's very useful. They're great. And there's also 2 job fairs. One is for all the LLMs, that is called ISIP, that is International Student Interview Program. And they have like a lot of law firms from all over the world there. And they saw some people getting jobs through the ISIP. And for tax LLM programs, you have a specific interview program that is called TIP, and it happens in February. So by the end of the year, by the beginning of the year, you have to, if you want to participate in TIP, you have to, the beginning of next year, you have to start updating your resume and scheduling mock interviews, because it's very fast paced. But many people got jobs there, so I highly recommend participating in it. And also, just a last comment, please rely on your professors. For example, for the tax interview program, there is a professor that is a retired partner from Deloitte, from the national office here in DC, and he specializes in coaching students and helping them prepare for interviews. He helped us during the tax interview program. I personally talked to him while doing my interview process, and it was very useful because he helped us like frame our narratives and prepare for the questions and prepare our speech. So please take advantage of your professors to prepare for interviews.
I think these are like tips that, I mean, we asked a lot of people like what will be like some tips you will tell the new LLMs once you like what will you want to know, or what will change your experience. So I mean, these are like 10. I think like studying is very important, but do not forget to have friends, have fun, and travel. Be kind to each other. The LLM goes by really quickly. Be mindful of cultural diversity. Here, like something funny is like in Mexico, when you say right now, it's not right now. It's like you could do it later, like one day or two. And like when you're like with a friend that is more of another country that doesn't think that way, they're like, okay, you said you were gonna do it right now. And you're like, well, no, I meant I will do it during the day, not now. And it's like, but what you say right now. So it's just like be aware about cultural diversity because between languages, it just it might be different. Diversify your friendships. Like, don't stick up with the people of your own country. Like, have people friends from everywhere. Like, it's nice to have, in my case, Mexican friends, but I mean, you'll see them back in Mexico. Like, that's not the added value from the LM. The LM is making friends from everywhere. Also, like, try to speak in English when there's other people who don't speak your own language, and don't assume the people of other nationalities do not speak your language. No, so many times we were like speaking Spanish, and like somebody said like, oh, that person is really pretty, and then like 6 months later, that person like spoke perfect English. So it's just like fun, like funny things that happen. Celebrate birthdays and take advantage of the rooftops and the pools during spring and summer. Get involved in the students association and the student life. Also do networking with JDs and people from main campus. Like JDs are, most of them normally get like jobs in really important law firms. So having those friendships can help you network for life, because you have friends that work like in Greenberg or like these big law firms, and if you go back home, you have like somebody that can refer you jobs. So it's something that some of us found interesting. Don't take your mental health for granted. So like don't overwhelm yourself with doing a lot of stuff. That's like my personal suggestion. Like don't do everything because you will not have enough time. Like be very wise and decide what to do and what not to do. Because if you get yourself involved in everything, you will be like overwhelmed, and in extended week you will die. Not die, but you will be suffering. And there's like also like this collective stress in some moments of your LLM. Like for us, for Laura and me, we had that tip, and you saw like people getting jobs, and you were like, "Oh, I have not got my job in that moment." So you like get stressed, and I think just trust the process, and things will work out. Like don't be that hard on yourself, and look discounts everywhere, because there's discounts for students, there's discounts for young people. There are like a lot of discounts. So I mean, it's something that we found useful. I don't know.
ABA discounts.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Or Laura, do you think there's something else?
Don't buy anything before you check the discounts. There's always a discount for Georgetown students. They're the 30, like you're gonna find it. Yeah, I also would say that maybe going to an American university may sound a little bit intimidating, but count on your professors on everything you need. If you're stuck with a topic for a paper, ask them if they have any idea of what you would talk about and how it should be structured, and tell them you were looking for a job somewhere. I think they were very I thought they were going to be very strict and close, but they are very open to helping you. And the people that teach at Georgetown, they do it because they really like it, the majority of them. So please take advantage of this.
You can reach out to professors, like they always have after office hours. So I think it's not hard to like make a relationship with your professors. These are like events that we thought that were relevant. You have like the bar reviews, and these are not like prep for the New York bar. This is just going to a bar and like having like $5 drinks. So it's something that we found nice. These two events, the graduate welcome event and the international student mixer, they're from main campus, but like some of us went to these ones and we made like friends from main campus, and it was like cool to have like different friends from different backgrounds. So like you're not like stick with like lawyers. You can have conversations of other stuff that it's not taxes, or I don't know, it's something fun. The American football event, these are not like the dates, exact dates, they will be rescheduled, but these were the dates that applied for us. You have the American football event, the cherry blossom run. It's there's these Japanese trees that are like pink, and they have like this cherry that are really nice. And this happens, I think, on March. And there's a race, so you're running and you can see all the trees, and it's like really nice. There's a lot of there's the embassy events that are really nice. You can also have like go to the Library of Congress and have a happy hour. So that's really nice. Like you're drinking in the Library of Congress. There's also the night at the gallery, the museum, and there's a lottery, and you can go there and drink, but it's a lottery. You cannot like you might get it or you might not get it. And you also have like the DC FinTech Week, which is a cool event.
Okay, so this is me. Graduation. So you're going to come across a lot of galas throughout the year, 3 to be precise, but there can be other galas that whatever group that you're part of, you may come across. First things first, these gala tickets could be expensive. They could range between $50 to $100 per ticket. So, and if you have a limited budget, I know I did. So you might have to prioritize. And if you have to prioritize, the one thing that you shouldn't miss out is on law school gala. That is when all of you go ahead and graduate, and it's for only law school students. So you see more familiar faces, you see the people that you have been with. And the one reason why this is preferred is because this is during the time you're graduating. So your families, your friends, people that you want to go ahead and want to be with you at this special moment are there. So I talked to a lot of my friends, and all of them love the law school gala. Their families adore the law school gala. Usually you will get access to 4 tickets. That is 1 for yourself and 3 for the people. If you are not going to go ahead and have any +1 SECRA, I would still recommend to go ahead and buy your permitted quota and buy it ASAP, because I think these tickets run out within 5 to 6 days maximum. And if you aren't going, trust me, your friends will, or some of your batchmates would want extra tickets, because some people have larger families and they want to bring everyone. So be nice and you can sell that ticket to them. I don't think I've come across anyone who has bought an extra ticket and wasn't able to sell it, because it just sells. A law school gala is the gala that you shouldn't miss about. And if you have a limited budget, you should prioritize that. Barrister's Ball is something that a lot of my friends went to, and it was fun. It was just like, it's around midterms and people wanted to go ahead and just wanted a stress reliever. It's really nice. It happened. I think Pepe, you went there. Maybe you can talk better about it.
It's like a gala. It's really nice, to be honest. As Shrem said, like the law school gala is like the nicest one, but the Barrister's Gala, it's also really cool. You can go ahead and see a lot of your friends, and I mean, I enjoyed it a lot, to be honest. The difference, in my opinion, between the Barrister's Gala and the law school gala, it's that the Barrister's Gala is like just your friends, so it's like more like a party between everybody, and the law school gala is with your family, so it's more formal than the law school gala as opposed to the Barrister Gala. And the Granite Gala is like a gala from all Georgetown, so you'll be like with people with main campus. That's cool, but to that one I went, and I think very few people from law school went. Like it was very like not many people from law school went. But if you want, it was really cool. Like all of them are really nice, but the most important one I think is the law school gala. And I try to, like, if you have like budget limited, like this one, you should like take that one in consideration.
Oh, one more thing you can do. I remember Barrister's Ball, SBA Student Bar Association ran a campaign that they were giving 2 free tickets to the best proposal. So if you have never been to a prom yet and you want 2 free $100 tickets, you can just come up with a proposal for the free tickets. People did that. Why not?
Okay, so let's move on to other activities and associations you can join. You have the gym in Georgetown that is very cool. Don't subscribe for any gym membership because the Georgetown gym is amazing. You have also some group classes of bar and Pilates that are trending now, and yoga and body pump. It's amazing. The library is also great. You have a beautiful study room that is in here in the picture, but you also have other like 4 floors for you to stay and study. They have desks with another screen, and they stay open like from 7 to midnight. So it's great place to study, and it's going to fit whatever your needs are. There are some study group rooms. It's amazing. Then you have football. I think Pepe and Schwab can tell you more about it, because I didn't do football, but they schedule like some matches. There's also volleyball. It's a very nice court. You also have Hoya Lawyer runners. You can send a message to Carrie. That is, her contact is in the annex, and then you can run around the sea. It must be amazing. And also have the associations that are Max Law. We have, for example, for Mexicans, Max Law, Brasla, etc. But you don't need to be from these countries to participate on the activities. You can join whatever the country you're from. You're gonna be welcome to like participate and engage in the events. We also have SBA, that's the Student Bar Association, that has the LLM delegates and the students that are elected to represent you in Georgetown, before Georgetown, and look up for your demands and your needs. We have LALSA, that is the Latin American Law Association. SALSA, that's South Asian Law Student Association. We also have other bar associations in Georgetown. In DC, there are, for example, the Hispanic Bar Association that hosts a lot of events. The Federal Bar Association and the DC Bar Association, they host many interesting conferences, and you usually, as a student, have free entrance and or worst case scenario discounted access. It's very good, and you meet a lot of interesting people there. And there's also ABA and International Bar Association. You can, at least for ABA, you can have a free membership as a student that grants you free access to many events that are very expensive, but you can go for free as a student. And they also, it's useful to already, as soon as you have your Georgetown email already, subscribe for it, so that you start receiving their newsletters, and you're gonna have get to know what are the events. You sometimes have some writing competitions where students can participate, and you can win prizes, thousands of dollars, and can have some exposure to other professionals. So I highly recommend subscribing to all these associations as soon as you arrive here and going to the events.
I'll just add one thing, Laura, in the previous one, because all the sports, you will get stuff from the gym, so you don't have to buy. But if by any chance you play badminton, and as an Asian I did, you please bring your rackets and shuttlecocks. The gym only gives you space, but everything else you have to bring. It's sad, but it's fun.
This thing that, well, we did cover that it was nice. We just want to put it. The restaurant week, it's a week where you can find really nice prices for really good restaurants. So you could like actually go to a restaurant with a Michelin star for a really affordable price. So just check them out. I'm not sure if this is gonna start the 20th of August, but that was when it started last year. You have the Kennedy Center. They host a lot of events. I know that Laura went there to see the ballet and the Black Swan, and there's a discount for young professionals. So if you're under 31, you'll get very good discounts. There's like Discover DC, like go everywhere. Some nice areas that we found was the Wharf and Navy Yard, Adams Morgan, Georgetown. You have to like go to Georgetown, is really, really nice, and DuPont. We listed here a couple of bars. I mean, you have the Public Company House, which is really close by. You have $3 in a happy hour. You have Tom's, which is like the classic Georgetown bar. It's really cool. Have Bullpen. It's only open on summer, and places after party. It's kept away. It's really cool. I mean, there's other stuff, but you can check that out. And that's done on this part.
Okay, so other things to do in DC. I was very out and about the city the whole year, so I did a lot of stuff. I basically went to every single museum in the city. I think that the ones I wanted to see. And so there are also some places in the DMV, that is the metropolitan area around DC. So here are some tips. We have the Gladstone Museum, National Portrait Gallery. It's amazing. I've been there like a lot of times. The Arboretum, National Capitol Columns, Washington National Cathedral, that is beautiful. The Dumbarton Oaks Gardens is also beautiful. You should go there on spring or summer. The Hitchern Museum is amazing. So I cannot, like, I could spend like the whole day talking to you about things I did in DC and nice thing to do. And the good news is basically almost everything is free, or you have to pay very little to go. As Pepe said, the Kennedy Center is amazing. They have this special discount for students, so you can pay $29 for a ticket that would cost $200. So it's you can take a benefit of it. And basically, if you've never been to the ballet or to the orchestra, you should go. And also check for especially in summer, they host lots of concerts around the city. So I remember that last summer we watched the Washington National Orchestra doing a summer concert in the Capitol lawn. It was amazing. The sun setting behind the orchestra, very beautiful. And there are other areas that you can explore, such as the wharf that has lots of restaurants, bars. They have fireworks depending on the season. For example, they have cherry blossom fireworks. Like many random fireworks, they do something there, but it's very nice when the weather is nice. They have the boats, and you can, I don't know, I didn't rent a boat, but I know some people that like to rent boats and do boat parties there. We had Adams Morgan that has a street with lots of bars, and if one bar is too full, you can go to another. There's things for whatever your taste is. You have Georgetown, that is where the main campus is located. They have a lot of stores, restaurants. It's a very beautiful neighborhood, so you can go there just simply walking and make a visit to the main campus. Especially during the fall and close to Halloween, the houses get decorated, so it's very nice to walk by and see what's going on. We also have DuPont Circle, that is an area with a lot of restaurants, bars. There's also the Phillips Collection, that is a very beautiful art gallery. It's also a very beautiful neighborhood, so you can go just take a walk around and watch and see the art galleries and do some people watching, whatever you like. I recommend taking a walk there also.
I'll just add one thing from the previous slide. There are a lot of events that keep on happening at Georgetown waterfront and at the wharf. So if you like dancing, if you like listening to music, if you like comedy gigs, you can just visit these websites, and you have events happening all around the year. And there are a lot of parades that take place throughout the city. So don't miss out on that either. Next slide, Pepe. Thank you so much. Trips, you will end up taking a lot of trips. These are the places that were highly recommended. I think the reason why New Orleans and Nashville is recommended is because they get the basic stuff right. That is, it's great food, great architecture, more affordable drinks, and it's just a general atmosphere if you want to go with your friends, have fun. If you're going there, and you can fly there, but you can also do road trips. And if you're doing road trips like I did, you can also make it beyond partying. You can also make it about going for hikings. One of the best things that United States has to offer are its national parks. And while DC has a national park within the city that I recommend all of you to go and nearby, a lot of national parks are beyond. Around New Orleans, there's Smoky Mountains National Park, which is really beautiful, that I would recommend for you to go ahead and visit. That's why Nashville, New Orleans, Alexandria is this really pretty city. It's nearby DC. You can go via boat. A lot of people didn't like it that much because they think it's like Georgetown, but like a bit farther. But people liked it. It's just, I think if you like nice architecture, nice streets, you will like it. Mount Vernon is George Washington's home. It's a historical place. New York City, I think all of you will go. I don't have to say anything there. Philadelphia also has really cool stuff, especially that Rocky Monument and nice Philly cheesesteak. So take advantage. These are recommended, but you can go literally anywhere. I know people who have traveled the lengths and breadths of this country, who have taken cruises, flights. People are in Alaska, people are in Puerto Rico. And you don't have to restrict yourself to here. You can also go beyond, especially for your spring break. Start planning in advance, get cheap tickets. Mexico is a really great place. You can always reach out to Pepe. He has put a guide by now for people to go around Mexico City, and yes, other places like Colombia, etc. So wherever you think you will have most fun, go for it. It will be a nice experience.
Just before we jump into the questions, I just want to tell that in this presentation we have a lot of resources, like the Capital Bike Fair, like the Hoya Transit Program, A lot of people have questions about classes, so we listed people who wanted to help. And if you have questions depending on your program, you can find here like a bunch of people who like if you have a question, just shoot them an email and they'll be happy to help you. And these are some of the links of many of the things that we talked. So I've not been able to see the questions, but I'll stop sharing, but I can see them. But let's see the questions. I mean, I don't think it's going to be difficult to find a partner on August of September. I mean, I guess you can find it in any moment. To be honest, those that are close by, what I've heard is that normally they are not full of occupancy, so I think that could work.
Oh, I will add one thing. If you're starting to look for apartments, the background checks, etc. So even though you intend to move in September, start your process now because buildings go ahead and have their own uh, background verifications, etc. that can take from 2 weeks to 4 weeks. And I know people who have been rejected because sometimes you have to show a lot of your finances just like you did for your visas. So that could get tricky for some people. So do start if you are living in a like one of these buildings, you will have to go through that. If you're not living in a building, if you're living in a house, you can go ahead and skip that process. And also remember that if you are renewing a lease, I learned it the hard way. Whatever rates that you get, so if you book right now at a discounted rate for the future for a 12-month program, which I recommend you do, if you're renewing a lease, that rate won't apply because in order for a new lease to start, you have to remove all the furniture out. They clean the place and give you the new place, and then you move it back. So that's a cost benefit analysis that you can do. I think it's worth it if you, like Laura said, if you find a pre-furnished place, it just saves a lot of efforts and money. If you have to pay a slightly bit extra, go for it.
I remember the recommendations I from U-Haul. I think U-Haul is the easiest way to work. I mean, I did not search for another one, but U-Haul works perfect. I mean, I don't know if you guys know of another one. I don't know of another one to move.
I mean, I saw an ad, but it's just everyone goes for U-Haul.
Yeah.
And because it's so big, unless you have really, really nice steaks or big discount on a competitive, just go for U-Haul. It's just convenient. And also it's right next to Law Center. It's like 4 blocks away. So it makes it easier.
Yeah, I think if you hire a company to do your moving, it's gonna be a little bit expensive. I was doing some quotes the other day because I'm moving to New York and it was very expensive. So if you're gonna move your stuff, so I recommend you finding some friends and doing the U-Haul transportation.
Yeah, we're gonna share them. I mean, this is going to be posted on the Georgetown website. If not, I mean, this is my email, so I guess like this shouldn't be an issue. And this is gonna be shared if Georgetown doesn't put the video right away. I think we could in YouTube.
Yeah, I think they will do it. They will send you the video and the presentation link together. We talked to the university and they said they will do it. They'll be happy to do it.
Yeah. But I think this one is for you about the bank. Can you repeat?
It's called PNC. PNC Bank.
Yes. Okay. The acts of on the tools are also like on the appendix, so you can find a lot of that, and we will send it.
And they're going to email you everything. You're going to receive like a lot of emails from Georgetown, like daily. Read all of them, don't miss it. But they're going to send you all the links. They're going to do some workshops. We also inserted some of the links you can find already here. Beware to look for the Georgetown Law website because many things change from Georgetown University General one. Look at the Georgetown Law one. But they're going to email you everything. And there's
many times.
Like you're going to see it. Like, just please read your email. They're going.
Read yeah.
All the emails.
One thing I will add to Laura. You're going to get saturated. Even if you're not tired, you're going to get saturated because the number of emails you're going to get. I would highly recommend establishing a rule where you don't you spend at least 30 minutes to 60 minutes checking your emails and make sure that you clear your inbox every 2 days. Because if you go beyond that, you're going to miss out on a lot of important deadlines or positions that you didn't want to. And sometimes a lot of things have similar deadlines. So you think, oh, it must be this, but it doesn't turn out to be. And I know a lot of my batchmates missed out on deadlines, and deadlines are quite strict, especially when you're dealing with professional workspaces. So try to make sure that you don't delay your emails search beyond 2 days, and give it at least 1 hour. Trust me, you will need it.
About credits, I mean, I think it's depending on how you feel about it. My impression, I took 11 credits. Well, I did the summer experience, then I took 11 credits and 11 credits, and that worked perfect for me. I did not took the bar, so I mean, for me, it was super. It was not chill, but it was okay. But I know people who took what's the maximum? I think it's 12. Or
It's 13, but I took 14.
yeah, I don't know how you felt about that. Like,
So I didn't do summer experience, and I didn't want to compromise on my courses. So if you want to do more than 13 credits, you have to talk to your academic advisor. Then she has to plead your case in front of the registrar, and registrar has to approve it. They approved it for me. I talked about how I have an externship, and these programs are some things that my professor said I should do, and it's important from my job perspective. So they approved it. But you need a reason, because more often than not, they're going to reject you. It was a really hectic semester, because studying is one thing, especially like morning 9 a.m. classes is one thing, but when exams come, trust, it just all adds up. So one thing that I think people would recommend is balancing your things. So have some paper classes, so where the assessment is throughout the semester, where you've been writing papers. So you have one less exam to worry about towards the end. That program works out well. Unfortunately, I went with all exams this semester, but in previous semester, I had a finer balance.
I don't think there's more questions. I don't know if somebody else have another question or like, hey,
I think Faith has a question. He has his hand raised.
I have a question. Do you have a subsidized metro ticket by virtue of being a student?
You don't. So other universities give unlimited metro rides for this. As Pepe showed on the slide, that $100 voucher, you can use that to access both metros and bus for a semester. So it's $100 per semester, so $200 for a year. And yeah, beyond that, just ride a bike, I guess. It's a really accessible and walkable city.
perfect. Well, I don't know if there's something else. I mean, we will share these slides, and you have my email, or you have the other information of. Okay, I mean, it's a cool apartment. They're brand new. I think it's
Didn't 55H get acquired by Georgetown now this year?
it's 77H, but the
Oh,
55H is next to 77H.
Yeah, because I thought 77H they already have, and now they have acquired 55H also,
Yeah.
because people have been moving up. So if you get it, I think it's a cool apartment. It's
Yeah,
nice.
they're nice.
It's a great building. They're super renewed, and there are places to study.
Also, it's very close to it's right next to Alta. It's like 1 block away from the campus, so it's really convenient. And it's above District Rico, so people love it. It's really good food.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's yeah, we will send
The university will send it because
Yeah.
they have all your emails. We don't.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if you want.
Start looking right now, because it's a tiring process. Best time to sign is when you get the best rate and when you're confident that it's a place you want to live. And yeah, just be mindful of how long you're staying in DC, because if you are not giving bar, maybe you don't want to sign a 12-month, and your rent may be higher, but it's worth it, because if you sign a 12-month lease, you cannot, even if you leave the apartment, you will still be liable to pay 12-month rent. And if you can't sublease it, it's something that will come out of your pocket. So just be wary of that.
Yeah, for example, I'm going to take the bar. So I sublet my apartment for July, and then I signed another 12-month lease. So I don't like after graduation, I didn't have like to leave my place and go find somewhere else to stay while I take the bar. So I'm staying here until August, in the same apartment, and then I will, after everything is done, I will return it. So be mindful of your goals, and if you want to stay here studying for the bar, what are your alternatives? So basically, this is important before signing a lease.
Yeah, because Gerwitz housing, that is on-campus housing, is only till May, and beyond that, if you want to extend, it gets more expensive, so people don't prefer it. Also, it gets lonely because all your friends leave, so people try to avoid that.
Yeah. I mean, for 55H, I think both work, like Gerwitz or 55H or 77H or Massport or anywhere. Like it just depends on you. To be honest, my feeling was that having like outside of Gerwitz or 55H, I mean, it was just you have more flexibility because people from Gerwitz got kicked out on May. So those were like, well, you graduated, and then after graduation, like everybody was just like leaving their stuff and giving up their stuff. So I mean, I think it is that's the pros and cons.
I think families came to help people to pack rather than celebrate their graduation, because the number of families I saw trying to pack stuff was so much.
Yeah.
And it's like the other day you don't have like even time to sleep after your
Yeah,
then you have to leave. It's awful.
it's horrible.
Stressful, at least.
There's one more question. So I made a sheet. So there's a question by someone. Do you have a resource where we can talk to and look for prospective housemates? We mentioned there's a Georgetown University page where you can find housemates. Number two, you can check out Flat and Flatmates Washington DC. I know many people who went through that. Number three, you can leverage your own Georgetown group, WhatsApp group. And number four, I made a sheet for my batch who wanted to sell, move, rent. I will share the link in your batch WhatsApp group, and you can just write your requirements and people can reach out to you. These are the ways we can help.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time. Like, congratulations. We will send the slides, and you will get the recording to the webpage. And it was a pleasure. I know Laura Schwed. Like,
Yeah, thank you, Pep. I want to give a shout out to Pepe. He's the one who thought about this. He's the one who got the ball running. He's the one who worked on those beautiful presentations. So thank you, Pepe, for organizing everything.
thank you, my friends.
Thank you, everyone. Congratulations once again for going to Georgetown. It's going to be the best year of your lives. And please feel free to contact us if you would have any question. We're going to be here for you. And have a nice day.
So, have a nice day. Bye.
Great. Best of luck, guys. Bye.
Okay.